Of nature walk with me, looking for a spot to sit down so this is not too wobbly. Over here by some water. I'm going to be offering some angel messages here in a minute. You know, if you caught my live yesterday, I forgot to do a pocket affirmation with everybody, which is my favorite thing to do to start the day. And I'm currently doing this as a challenge for myself to just go live outside without all my equipment a little more, just keep it simple, and also just to connect with you in a new way, which I love doing. So I have challenged myself to go live every day just for 10 to 15 minutes out in nature, no fancy equipment or headphones or microphones, and chat with you all and share some angel messages, a pocket affirmation to start your day. And I'm going to be doing it all the way through the end of the month. But I do always say a prayer protection around the messages I share, that you can come back anytime you want to watch this video, listen to them again. They are evergreen. Your spiritual team knows when you will hear them. So good morning, Anna. So these are kind of pop-up lives, right? I don't have them actually scheduled. But we are going to get to some angel messages here in a minute because the energy is really interesting right now. But again, these are evergreen messages. Good morning, Angie. Good morning, Heidi. So I'm challenging myself to do this till the end of the month, which will be 11 days in a row, which is an angel number. I thought that was so cool because it just popped in my head on Monday. I wasn't even thinking of it from that perspective. So we're going to do a pocket affirmation. We're going to do some angel messages. And we're going to just, see how everybody else is doing. How are all of you feeling this morning with this energy? Because for me, it's interesting. I have been going nonstop, but very mindful that I don't want to overwork myself or drain myself. And, as long as I'm conscious of that, I seem to keep a steady energy. And so it's interesting. It's just being aware of what is my physical body telling me? What is my mind telling me? I had another 3 a.m. wake up. I had to check on a kiddo, and I went back to bed. And a lot of times I'll do these visualizations where I am, trying to trigger a lucid dream essentially, but I'm somewhere I really want to be. I was like, oh, okay, where do I want to go? I want to go to the beach. So I'm visualizing myself on the beach. But last night I was asking myself, trying to relax my body. I did some breath work. Where do I want to be right now? And the answer was right here in my bed. I want to be right here in my bed. And I was like, that is so interesting. Okay. And then I'm working through a decision I need to make about something for my daughter. And so I asked the angels, I know I got to get up in like 2.5 hours. But if there's any guidance you can give me regarding this decision in my dream time, I would really appreciate it. But either way, I need a loud and clear message, because I did get a message yesterday to take more time before deciding. So we're going to go through some angel messages that will probably apply to you as well. They will apply if they resonate, so just know that. But it's really interesting the way that I began visualizing myself in my bed, even though I was already in my bed. So I'm normally visualizing myself, going to a foreign place, or just a place that I always like being, maybe out in a park. And I was like, I'm literally just going to visualize myself in my bed. And I started feeling my body really sink into the mattress in a new way. It's almost like I was giving my body permission to just really, really be present with the comfort of my bed and the comfort of, I might be awake, I might be tired and really wanting to go back to sleep, but I'm exactly where I want to be right now. And I feel like that was really powerful. And then moving into the dream state, I don't really remember. It was very gentle. That's actually one of my favorite things about doing that type of technique in the middle of the night is you start to blur the lines between being awake and asleep, which is also when you can get some really amazing messages from your spiritual team. And sure enough, I had a dream showing me a scenario if I take one action with this decision for my daughter versus another. And I had to journal about it a lot when I woke up, but I also still didn't get full clarity. So what I did this morning for my journaling prompt is I just said, could you please describe to me the meaning of that dream through loud and clear signs today? And then also send me loud and clear signs about any other options I have before I make this decision. So just asking for that, you know, and of course I'm always writing it down in my journal so that I have evidence, relieves the pressure, right? And it's so nice when your own spiritual team is telling you, take more time before you decide. So if that resonates with any of you right now about a decision you need to make, I would definitely see that as a message for you as well. So we're going to go into some pocket affirmations, or a pocket affirmation here in a minute. Hey, Casglow, good morning. You said I had a wasp on my wall this morning. What are the odds? Oh my goodness, was it a red wasp too? I actually saw right here in this grass, there was a little tiny yellow one. Or I don't know what those kinds are called. I think they're paper wasps. But yeah, mine was a big red one, and it was interesting. But I did put it in my journal, and you know, what it ultimately ended up meaning for me was you have spiritual protection, but you still have to take action to protect your energy. So if you're just popping in, Casglow, I was sharing that this week has been, well, I guess the most positive way to say it is tedious, with the amount of things surprisingly showing up on my plate. The amount of times I've had to pivot to handle something I was not expecting. And I just kept saying to my angels, okay, I've got this. I get it. I have to be able to balance all this. Hey, Anna. She says, it's been 2 days with red wasp for me too. Oh, that's right. You said you had a red wasp yesterday. Casglow said it wasn't red, but it was docile. Oh, that's good. Yeah. You know, now that you say that, this wasp was very calm. It was not afraid of me at all. It was like it knew me. I'm like, you really don't feel my energy here. Like usually they'll fly off when you get that close. But then there was also that respect for it. Like I'm not going to get too much in your aura either. I don't need to be stung. So it's another good example, you know, walking through the emotions you feel when you see it. If you feel calm, if you feel any messages like back off, because that is definitely what I was saying. It was kind of like you're protected, but also like, you know, watch your boundaries, that kind of a thing. And we are, you know, even if you don't follow astrology, you're affected by the energy. We do have the sun in Scorpio right now, which is all about protection and boundaries and going, you know, to the kind of the darker side of things to reveal things, which can be very healing and valuable. So yeah, let's do a pocket affirmation today that can really start our day off well. And we're just going to keep it really simple. This is what I'm hearing. I am grateful for today. If you want to write that in the comments below, you're very welcome to. I am grateful for today. And, you know, that's always an easy one to go to, gratitude, right? Because, and I wish I had the resources for this, but I came across some article once that claims there was a study done that when somebody goes into a place of gratitude, like true gratitude, it's really hard to feel any negative emotion. It's almost like protecting you from that. And that really caught my attention, which is why I think gratitude journals are so important, or popular too. But as I always tell you, put it all in one place so it's your book of evidence. When you show that every morning you're saying, thank you, God, for today, or I am grateful for today, and then you're seeing the way blessings show up in the most synchronistic, divine way, it's really powerful, isn't it? Thank you guys for putting that in there. It feels good to say it with you. And but yeah, so I think that's a great way to start the day today. And before I go into the angel messages, I do already have my live scheduled for next week. If you missed the one yesterday, it was so fun. I think most of you were here for it. It was about 5 signs that you're recalling a past life. It was so much fun. And next week, we are going to be doing 5 ways passed away loved ones communicate with you. And it's already scheduled on my channel. If you want to go click the notify button now so that you don't forget, you will get a notification when I go live on Wednesday. I will also go live on on Monday, there were some very powerful messages going through. That will be a detailed, angel message video. I answer your questions at the end. If you are in the live chat, I will answer your questions. And you can actually put questions in other places and just ask me to answer them on a live, and I'll try to keep a note of that. But they're both scheduled already. If you want to go click the notify button, that makes it easy for you to not have to remember what time I'm coming on in case you do want to join the live chat, but it will always be recorded for later. And I'm just really excited about this one. I've done other videos about passed away loved ones, but I really felt like with this energy, first of all, that live will be on October 30th, the day before Halloween. And whether you partake in Halloween or not, the veil is super, super thin at this time of year when we're in this energy of Scorpio. And I do believe that's part of the reason we felt so called to create holidays like Halloween around this. And there's also historical reasons, right? But there's also Day of the Dead that's practiced by some cultures. It's because we all are feeling our loved ones on a deeper level, whether we realize it or not. And, I see a lot of videos out there about 5 signs your passed away loved one or your deceased loved one is close, which is very valuable too. But I also want to empower you to understand the ways they're doing it. And there's a lot of ways they will do it. It's custom for everybody, but these 5 are the top I have seen throughout my years of working with clients and working with my own passed away loved ones. So, good, Heidi. Are you looking forward to it? So I just wanted to mention that because sometimes when I start creating the content for the next week, I get so excited. I want to just go ahead and go live and talk about it right away. But there's only so many minutes in the day there. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, tomorrow we will be airing the angel numbers 666, debunking the fear around that. And then the following Friday, I already scheduled it. You can also hit notify me on both of those angel number videos. We're going to be doing 777, which of course just feels good to say, right? So let's go into some of the angel messages I was getting for this morning to just start the day off. And I'm feeling a lot of earth energy. And it's really interesting because we are in this energy of Scorpio, which is a watery energy. So I'm also feeling that too. But when you combine earth and water, it's really, really powerful, right? Because you are, feeding the soil and you're creating an environment to grow something. And we actually do also have the moon in Leo today, which is a very passionate, fiery energy. So just know that if you are listening to this today. But again, these messages are always evergreen. Anytime you feel called to come back and listen. So just starting with that energy of earth and water, where in your life do you feel like you need to water something a little more is what I'm getting. So, and of course, water is associated with emotions. So is there something you could put a little more emotion into? Are you feeling closed off to it? Are you feeling repelled by it for some reason? Scorpio wants you to face those things. And so that's what I am seeing with this energy today, or whenever you're seeing these messages, is let's face an emotion that we've maybe been avoiding, because the emotion is there whether you admit it or not. And it's much healthier to acknowledge it than to keep ignoring it, because that's when it manifests into the body. But what I'm being shown is if you take the action today with this earth energy to begin some kind of manifestation, you will see success ultimately down the road. So is there anything you could begin working on today? And it can be as simple as brainstorming titles for a book, a YouTube channel, a business. It could be brainstorming ideas for a trip you want to take in the summer, or even this time next year. Because that's something that, really helps, is start visualizing something even if you don't really know where you want to land. And I'm getting that energy today for sure. If you will start something today. For me, the energy feels like it needs to be something around travel for me, because I tend to put off the planning of that until it's getting a little too close. So I am a planner, But if I start thinking now, where feels good to me, then I have that opportunity to just reflect on it. And I've actually changed a destination for a trip I was going to take based on the feeling. I initially thought I wanted to go one place, and then thinking about it every day and beginning the process of visualizing, I began to feel, you know what, that place, that location doesn't feel good. And for whatever reason. So that would be the message, probably how I would take it. But for a journaling prompt, I would suggest doing, where in my life could I start something new today? And I mean the tiniest thing, making an email inquiry, trying to find out something that would help you understand what the commitment would be, or talking to a friend about it and getting them to reflect back to you how that sounds. Maybe it's seeking some kind of counseling for a relationship or for yourself, but something that if you initiated today, there's a lot of powerful energy behind it. So I really hope that's helpful for all of you. Thank you so much for being here with me every day. It makes my heart so happy to see you here in the comments. And I'm going to sign off for now because I've got to head to the office, get ready. I have a really exciting podcast I am going to be on today, and I will be announcing that once we're done. I'll keep it a little bit of a secret now, but I'm excited to be invited on to a friend's podcast. And then I will be sharing that with all of you, and I am planning to be here every day until the end of the month, but I'll also be seeing you on my YouTube channel. So give me a shout out, and thanks again so much for being here. Talk to you soon.